Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Weaver. It is fantastic to have you with us today. In this episode, we're going to dive right into Christmas shopping, learning how to talk about it in English step by step, making it super easy and fun to follow.
Hello there. It's so good to be here with you.
Great to be here with you, too. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thank you for asking. I'm feeling very festive already. How about you?
I'm great. I'm really excited for today's topic. It feels very timely.
Me too. Christmas shopping is such a fun, relatable topic. Can't wait to get started on these phrases.
It really is. And before we jump in, just a quick reminder to everyone listening, if you find this conversation helpful for your English practice, please do consider subscribing, liking, or even sharing it with a friend.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone for supporting the show. It really means a lot to us.
It absolutely does. Okay, so are you ready to get started?
I am so ready.
Fantastic. Let's begin with setting the scene. We're talking about those first really common things you might say when you see someone in, say, early December.
Right, those conversation starters.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The first one is a classic. You'll hear this everywhere. It is, are you ready for Christmas this year?
Oh, that's such a common one.
It really is. The key part here is the structure. Are you ready for? You can use it for anything, like are you ready for the test or are you ready for your holiday? But at this time of year, it's almost always about Christmas.
It implies all the preparation, doesn't it? The shopping, the decorating, everything.
That's it, exactly. So let's have our listeners practice that one. Just repeat after me. Are you ready for Christmas this year?
Let's do it one more time.
Are you ready for Christmas this year?
Perfect.
Now, a very, very similar question, but this one is more specific. It's about the shopping itself. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
The big one. The one that can cause a little bit of stress if the answer is no.
It really can. Here we're using the present perfect tense. Have you started yet? This is really common in English when we're asking if an action has happened at any point up to now. The word yet is key.
Right. It suggests you expect the person to start shopping soon if they haven't already.
Precisely. So let's practice that question. Repeat after me. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
And again?
Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
And you could answer that with something like, I have started a little bit, but I still have a lot to do.
That's a perfect natural answer. Now, the third phrase in this section is a simple statement. If someone asks you about your shopping, you might just say, I need to buy a few gifts.
It's simple, it's clear, it just states your intention.
Exactly. It's a great way to say, no, I'm not finished yet. I still have work to do. So let's practice that sentence. Repeat after me. I need to buy a few gifts.
One more time for practice.
I need to buy a few gifts.
Wonderful. So those three are really your essential starting phrases.
They really are. They open the door to the whole conversation about shopping. Which brings us nicely to our next part, asking and answering more detailed questions.
Yes, moving beyond the simple yes or no.
Right. So let's say you're talking to a friend and you need some ideas. This is where we often use what we call modal verbs like should and could. They're very useful for giving and asking for advice.
They make the conversation so much more polite and, well, helpful.
They really do. A very common question pattern is, what should I buy for? And then you name the person, for example. What should I buy for my brother? The word should here signals you're asking for advice or a recommendation.
You're not just asking for information, you're asking for an opinion.
Exactly. So let's practice that question form. Imagine you're asking about your sister. Repeat after me. What should I buy for my sister?
And let's do that again.
What should I buy for my sister?
Great. And now for the answer.
Right. So if someone asks you that question, a great way to answer is by using the word could. It's a gentle way of offering a suggestion without being too strong. For example, you could buy a new book.
It's just an idea, not a command. You could also say, maybe you should look for a new scarf, for example.
That's another great option. Using maybe softens it. Let's practice the answer with could. Repeat after me. You could buy a new book.
And one more time.
You could buy a new book.
Perfect. It feels very natural.
It does, doesn't it? Let's try a quick mini dialogue with this. You can ask me for advice.
Okay, I'm really stuck this year. What should I buy for my friend? She loves cooking.
Oh, that's a good one. You could buy a new cookbook from a famous chef. Or maybe you should look for some interesting kitchen gadgets.
Those are great ideas. Thank you. A cookbook is perfect.
See, it's a really simple, natural exchange. Now, let's shift from planning and advice to talking about actions that are already done.
Okay, so talking about what we've already bought.
Exactly. And here the grammar is really important. We need to look at the difference between the past simple and the present perfect. It's something a lot of learners find a bit tricky.
I think showing it in a real conversation makes it much clearer.
I agree. So let's start with the past simple. We use this when we talk about a finished action at a specific time in the past. For example, where did you go shopping last weekend?
Last weekend is the key there. It's a finish time.
That's the one. The time is over, so the action is completely in the past. Now, compare that to the present perfect question we had earlier. Have you finished your shopping yet?
Ah, right. With that one, there's no specific past time.
Exactly. We're asking about the status now. The shopping period isn't over yet. The action of shopping connects to the present moment. So, where did you go last weekend? Is past simple. Have you finished yet? Is present perfect.
That's a really clear way to put it.
Let's talk about how to answer that present perfect question. Have you finished your shopping yet? The short answers are really easy.
Yes, I have. Or, more likely for me, no, not yet.
Yes, no, not yet is very common. Those are perfect. But if you want to give a more detailed answer, especially if you're a bit more advanced, you can use a longer sentence.
Like explaining why you haven't finished.
Precisely. You could say something like, no, I haven't finished because I still need to find something for my mother. This is great because it uses because to connect two ideas in one sentence.
It gives more information and keeps the conversation going.
It really does. So let's move on to some really key expressions and phrases that you'll hear all the time around this topic. First, let's talk about money.
Always an important part of Christmas shopping.
Isn't it just? A really useful phrase is to stick to a budget.
Right. A budget is the amount of money you have planned to spend.
Exactly. So to stick to a budget means to spend only that planned amount and not go over it. For example, you might hear someone say, I must stick to a budget this year because I don't want to spend too much money.
It shows you're being careful with your spending.
It does. Now, what about the opposite?
Ah, the fun one.
The very fun one. The opposite phrase is to splurge on something.
I like this one. To splurge means to spend a lot of money, usually on something that's a bit of a luxury or a special treat.
That's a perfect definition. It's often an emotional purchase, not just a practical one. For instance, I usually stick to a budget, but I decided to splurge on a new coat for myself.
You're treating yourself.
Right. Let's do a little mini dialogue with these two. I'll start. I'm trying so hard to stick to a budget this year.
Oh, me too. Money is a bit tight. But are you planning to splurge on anything special? Maybe just one little thing.
That's a good question. I was thinking I might splurge on a really nice dinner for my family.
See? That's a perfect use of the word.
Okay, now let's move from money to the actual process of finding gifts. The hunt.
The gift hunt. It can be an adventure.
It can be. A phrase you'll hear constantly is to find the perfect gift.
The pressure is real. The perfect gift.
It is. It just means the best possible present for someone, the one you think they will love the most. For example, it is so hard to find the perfect gift for my husband.
I think everyone can relate to that feeling.
I think so too. And that leads us to a really important cultural phrase in English. It's something people say to make others feel better if they are worried about their gift. The phrase is, the thought that counts.
Oh, this is such a lovely and important expression.
It really is. It means that the kindness and the intention behind giving a gift are more important than the gift itself or how much it cost. It's a way of showing appreciation for the effort.
Exactly. Like if a child gives you a handmade card, it might not be a fancy gift, but it's the thought that counts.
That's the perfect example. So you might say to a friend, don't worry about the price. Remember, it's the thought that counts.
It takes the pressure off finding that perfect gift.
It really does. Now, for our listeners, let's do a little interactive practice. Try to write down one sentence using either to stick to a budget or to find the perfect gift.
That's a great idea. Pause for a moment and try to make your own sentence.
Okay, let's move on to some more cultural tips and just the natural flow of conversation around shopping. Let's talk about something everyone complains about.
The crowds.
The crowds.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a very common topic of conversation. People will often say, the stores are too crowded.
Or, I can't stand the crowds at this time of year.
Exactly. And there's a great idiomatic phrase for this, too. If a place is extremely crowded and chaotic, you can say, it's a complete zoo at the mall.
A zoo! I love that. It paints such a clear picture of chaos and noise.
It really does. Now, all of this pressure in the crowds lead to another common feeling. The feeling that you don't have enough time. A great verb phrase for this is to be running out of time.
This is one I use a lot in December. It means you have very little time left to finish something.
Right, so you might say, I'm running out of time, so I need to go shopping today. It creates a sense of urgency.
Yes, and I might reply to that with, yes, we are running out of time. Maybe we should try online shopping instead.
That is a perfect response, suggesting a solution to the problem.
It avoids the zoo at the mall.
It certainly does. Okay, so let's imagine you've braved the crowds, you found a gift, and now you're at the cash register, the transaction.
The final step.
This is where we need to be polite. And again, those modal verbs like could are your best friend.
They're essential for polite requests.
They are. A very common thing to ask is about gift wrapping. The phrase is, could I get this gift wrapped, please?
Using could I is so much more polite than saying I want or gift wrap this.
So much more polite. And don't forget the please at the end. Let's have everyone practice that and repeat after me. Could I get this gift wrapped, please?
And again, focusing on that polite, friendly tone.
Could I get this gift wrapped, please?
Perfect.
Now, there's another very important question at the checkout, especially when you're buying a gift for someone else. You need to ask, do you have a gift receipt?
Ah, the gift receipt. This is so useful. Can you explain what it is?
Of course. A gift receipt is a special kind of receipt that it doesn't show the price of the item. It just proves where it was bought.
So the person who receives the gift can return it or exchange it if it's the wrong size or color, but they won't see how much you spent.
That's it, exactly. It's very, very common to ask for one when buying a gift. So let's practice that question. Repeat after me. Do you have a gift receipt?
One more time.
Do you have a gift receipt?
Excellent. That's a really practical and useful phrase to know.
I think so. Well, that brings us toward the end of our main content. We've covered quite a lot.
We really have. From starting the conversation to planning, budgeting, and even the final transaction.
We hope all of these phrases and tips really help you talk about Christmas shopping more confidently in English.
And remember, the most important thing is practice. Try to listen to English every day, and don't be afraid to try speaking, even if it's just for a few minutes. Consistency is the key.
That is such great advice. The more you use the language, the more natural it will feel. And to help you practice, we have a question for you.
Ooh, I like this.
We'd love for you to comment and tell us, have you finished your Christmas shopping yet? Or maybe, what are you planning to splurge on this year?
Oh, that's a great question. We'd love to read your answers and hear about your plans.
We really would. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today.
And please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and share this conversation if you found it useful for your English practice.
Your support helps us create more content just like this. We'll be back soon with another conversation.
We will indeed.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Take care.